What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Moto AK-47. Those of you who are new to the channel, welcome to the channel. My name is Anthony Kinney. I do Corvette vlogs, moto vlogs, truck content, and landscaping content. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about what it's like to drive a sports car, or in my case, a C5 Corvette in Cleveland, Ohio. And all my Cleveland, Ohio people, you already know basically what this video is going to be about: the craters in the road, potholes, what we all love. But I don't know if you guys have seen that meme before, but it's the one, I think it goes, I think Cleveland, Ohio owes all of us struts in an alignment. But that's all me right there. That's all that I'm thinking about, because every single time you hit a pothole in Cleveland, Ohio, it's just like that meme face of that expensive meme. I think it's Dom Toretto, who plays in the Fast and Furious movies. I know that's not his real name, but in the movies that's his name. But that meme, I'm sure all of you guys know what that meme is and what it says. But getting into this video, we're gonna get right into it, but not before a cold start. So, what it's like to drive a C5 Corvette here in Cleveland, Ohio. I right now live on the west side. No, I'm not a west side boy. Born and raised on the east side, Cleveland, Ohio. But they're everywhere, guys. You can't avoid these things. Guy gave me a thumbs up for the vet. Love that. But you can't avoid potholes in Cleveland, Ohio. They're everywhere. Pretty much every single street. There's only a few cities in Cleveland, Ohio that have those kind of like 8 out of 10 perfect streets, because no street is like 100% perfect unless it's literally just been repaved. Like the street that one of my garages is on, that street actually just got repaved within the last year, and it's pretty much perfect. But Cleveland, Ohio, we lay down salt here, we plow, so that's not gonna last too long. But again, every street is not going to be perfect and stay perfect in Cleveland, Ohio, just because of one of those reasons, which is the salt in the plow during winter time. I don't know, I've never lived in Florida or California or anything, but I know that their streets are pretty much good, or a lot better than here up north in Ohio. But yeah, guys, potholes are everyone's kind of worst nightmare when it comes to driving their vehicles, because you go over those potholes and you just hear that loud bang sound, and you just feel so bad for your car's struts and springs and shocks. It's just ridiculous. And then, like I said, we all know that meme about Cleveland, Ohio, us feeling like Cleveland, Ohio owes all of us an alignment and struts. But and that's just a funny meme to look at and laugh about. But it's the truth, though. Like, and a lot of people I know get upset about like all the taxes and stuff that they pay, and all the streets don't get fixed in time or as fast as we feel like they should be. Actually gotta take a little detour. This baby needs some fuel. Got 49 miles left before she's on E. So we're gonna stop here up here at Sheets in Parma, West 130th. But again, I live in on the west side right now. I work on the east side in Shaker Heights, and potholes are from here all the way to there. Just comment down below where you lived, and like if your city that you lived in had a bunch of potholes, or if your city kept up on its streets or not. Because for where I'm from, man, we don't keep up on the streets here that great. But we try to do our, I guess, best. Because as some of you guys know, I work for a city. And the city that I'm working for right now, I guess, tries their best to keep up on filling back in the potholes that are created during winter time, or any time for that matter. For those of you who don't know where your gas cap release is, it's underneath your center console. All right, gas cap right there. Just push it, comes right out. Thought I left my wallet at home. I was like, oh boy, gotta turn it right around and start the video all over again. But I got it, no worries. Guys who don't remember or haven't watched my other videos, I put 110 octane in here, half, depending on or anything. Then the rest of it is all 93. $93 is $3.14. So again, this gas station is on West 130th. Got a speedway across the street. My baby, one of my babies. As you guys know, I'm an adrenaline junkie. Just freshly put my tire shine on my last wash. And again, of course, the dirty butt is already here and back. Got the dirt runs. There's an Aprilia motorcycle right there. I'm pretty sure that's the one that Cycle Cruiser just got a couple weeks ago. If you guys don't know who Cycle Cruiser is, go check him out. He's another moto vlogger who does a bunch of moto vlogs. He's got I think 2 supermotos now. And what else does he have? He's got his CBR 1000 that he loves. I like that color scheme, that Repsol color scheme on his bike. His fairings actually are pretty easy to change. That's why he's always changing his fairings on his 1000. But he has the Aprilia now, that CBR 1000, and 2 supermotos. And then one of them is my favorite color, the blue one. But let's go ahead and get back in to this pothole rant here in Cleveland, Ohio, the north. We are up to 210 miles for fuel range, which doesn't last long, especially with my driving. That gas a lot. While I'm looking for the law, of course. One of those country, that just might remind me of one of those country songs. It's like, looking for the law while I push my luck. It's called Bottoms Up. getting back into these potholes, guys. As you know, or some of you may not know, Corvettes are kind of pretty low to the ground. My Corvette is still pretty much its stock height. I didn't lower, or the previous owner didn't lower it, and I haven't lowered it. I don't really like very, very low vehicles, just for the reason of where I live and how many potholes. And right there, that's the train tracks potholes that we all pretty much know and love as well. But they actually just fixed the other side of the train track, so it's two ways to get to my apartment, and you have to go across train tracks, and they actually just freshly paved the other side, which I usually take that side more when I'm going or driving in the Corvette, not my truck or the bikes or the other car. But I had to get gas, so I had to come this way. But one of the kind of, I guess, one of my issues is with potholes is that if I drive my Corvette to work or to my garage or anything that I'm going to right now, as I'm making this video for you guys, because I gotta make some other videos for you guys as well, my landscaping videos. But if I'm taking my Corvette to work that day, I literally have to drive 10 more minutes to the next exit just to avoid some potholes. And so if I'm ever running late or anything, I'm somewhat screwed. Or if I just really have to bite it in the butt and take the bullet and the hit, risking going over potholes in my Corvette and scraping the underneath or something, then that's just a chance that I'm taking. But I don't usually take that chance because I don't really want to. But I literally have to drive 10 minutes, or maybe 8 in reality, and over exaggerating that 10 minutes, but to extra 8 minutes to drive to the next exit that is after my exit for my job, just to avoid potholes if I'm driving my Corvette. But if I'm driving my truck, I get off on that exit because it's my truck. It's my work truck. I know it's got aftermarket suspension and stuff on it, so I'm not too worried about hitting potholes. Another thumbs up, guys. But I'm not too worried about going over potholes in my truck. I'm not too concerned about going over potholes in my truck because I know my truck can take it. Now, I'm not deliberately trying to drive over potholes in my truck or anything like that, but I'm still going to try and avoid potholes in my truck. But I just know if I do ever try and dodge a pothole and hit another pothole, and that's another issue, I'm not going to be too worried about it in my truck. But driving this, I'm going to be worried about it. So I try to drive past my exit to get off of work, the next exit, and get off at that one, just to avoid potholes, basically. And what I just said previously is that in Ohio, you try and dodge one pothole and you swerve into another pothole. Like, that's how many potholes are out here. Like, and some of them going across the entire lane. Like, if you're driving on a two-way street, like one lane's going this way, other one's going that way, or a four-way lane for that matter. Some of the potholes here in Cleveland, Ohio, they go across the entire 4 lanes, so it's like you literally have to drive over them just to keep moving forward. There's no way to avoid some of them. And like I just said, you try to swerve some of the ones you can avoid, you'll just swerve right into another one. And that's just like the ridiculous part of all the potholes, and that's what I'm pretty sure everybody can agree on, that how and why they hate potholes. And because it also costs you money, and that's another truth. Going over potholes and stuff wears down your cars. It wears down the suspensions, the strut springs, wears down your brakes sometimes if you're pressing your brakes while you're going over the pothole. And then that just continuous of going over pothole after pothole after pothole is just, it's going to cost you, because stuff is going to start breaking on your front end or your back end. And you're going to have, if you don't know how to fix your own cars, it's going to cost you even more money, because you got to have a mechanic do it. You got to take it to a shop. But luckily for me, I know how to fix most of that stuff, and I'm thankful for my dad for teaching me that stuff, because it saved me money. I know how to do all my brakes to suspension and all that stuff, so I don't have to pay somebody else to do that. All I have to pay is to have the shipments delivered to my house, or go pick the shipments up at Summit or wherever I buy my stuff from. But yeah, guys, that's just like a quick video for you guys about what it's like to drive a C5 Corvette in Cleveland, Ohio. It pretty much sucks. There's only limited streets that you can ride literally comfortably and smooth on, and then after that you're gotta be paying attention to potholes and stuff like that. Now, I will say, what I'm driving on right now, the highway, I'm driving on 480 East. There's not potholes. There's no potholes until you get to like where those bridges are, and then you get those like little creases of where they connect the road to the bridge to keep going across. You'll get just like a little indentation or a little groove that you'll feel in the car, but that's not really too much to worry about. But the highways here are actually pretty decent now, and that's I guess the better part of this video of living in Cleveland, Ohio, and driving a sports car or a low sports car, is the highways are pretty decent, but the city, most of the city streets aren't good at all. And I'm happy about the cities that are, because that's where I try to go do my joy rides and stuff like that in the Corvette, or make the videos for you guys in the Corvette, so the video isn't bouncing all around because I'm driving over all these freaking potholes. But thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you guys watching the video. Like, subscribe, comment. Remember, comment down below where you live, if there's a bunch of potholes where you live. If not, say where you live. Try and get some people to look up some information on your city and how they take care of their potholes, on how quickly they do it. But I'm Moto AK-47. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.